Parshas Tazria, most notably, is about Saras, which is about Lashon Hara. So perhaps the most famous line about Lashon Hara is the Reichel, is the peddler that's walking through the city yelling, Mia ish, a chavetz chayim, that Chavetz Chaim, of course, made quite famous. Nitzar l'shein chameira, usvasecha medaber mirma. The Sefer Chasidim points out, listen to the words, Mia ish, a chavetz chayim, oyev yamim lirais toivs. I think when we hear these words, we think of Olam Haba, we think of Torah, we think of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, we think of in the realm of Ruchnius, Mia ish chavetz chayim. We think of Lashon Hara, watching our mouth, as a spiritual endeavor. And perhaps that's the reason why we find such difficulty with it, because we talk all day, we text all day, we write all day, we post all day, and therefore, in such a situation, to be cognizant of God, of our words, is extreme. But says the Sefer Chasidim, the Pasuk, the Gemara, the Maimer Chazal says, Oyev Yomim, the Lirais Toiv. It's talking about this world. It's not talking about the next world. Of course, the next world also, yes, and the next world will also give you incredible dividends. But the statement of the Reichel of this peddler is also talking about this world. And I would fathom that maybe when the Sefer Chasidim wrote this, and I'll be honest, I couldn't find it inside, so I hope he says it. If not, we could just say it as Pashim Shat in the Gemara, in the Chavetz Chaim, in the Maimer Chazal. Perhaps the first time, maybe 50 years ago, 100 years ago, this might have sounded wild. Really? It's going to give me good life in this world by not talking Lashon Hara? It's going to really, Lirais Toiv. But I think in the world that we live in nowadays, it's so pashit. So pashit. We don't have to go so far as to look into all the indecency and obscenity, and really not even indecency, just a complete lack of life that one has when their whole life is about everyone else, and their whole life is about the superficial, and their whole life is about other people. Teaches Chazal, you want to oyev yamim v'lirais toiv? Just watch your mouth. Stop talking about other people. Focus a little inwardly. Yeah, it's true, but you know what? When we do things for God, unfortunately, it gets difficult. So you know what? Don't do it for Hashem. It's also a good thing, and in a moment we'll talk about that. But do it for yourself. Do it for your own life. And we all know that there are some people that you could tell them anything. You could talk to him, and he's not going to be one to repeat it to others. And he's not going to be one that's going to start hacking. And he's going to be one, those people like to deal with. People like to be around. People want to be their friends. Why? Sometimes you might wonder, that guy, he's such a... The answer is because he's one that's nitzar l'shain chameira. He doesn't talk negatively. He doesn't see bad in people. He doesn't just talk about people. And it's an attitude that as the world becomes more and more open and more about everyone else, we could realize that the Torah has the answer all along. And the Torah already taught us so many years ago that the eitzah for all of this is not to worry about everyone else, not to talk about everyone else, not to focus on everyone else. And then one will truly be oyev yamim v'lirais toiv.